If a woman sent your man a drink and he accepted, would that be wrong? That's how Jeannie Mai feels. Imagine, she's choosing violence today, y'all.
She chose violence.
Jeannie Mai and her baby in her body are choosing violence.
Our real fan, Poor Vavagella, posed the question, what was the biggest financial lesson you learned, and when was the first time you made a financial mistake? Ladies, what's a financial lesson you ended up learning the hard way?
Not having an emergency fund.
Oh.
You know, yeah, I didn't have an emergency fund. And so when I had this is when I owned my condo, and my condo went down. I didn't have any money. And so I learned early on, I don't care what it is, I try to save 10% of every check I get. I don't care if it's $50, I'm gonna save 10% of that 50, put it away. I pay all the other taxes, everything like that, and then that goes to my emergency fund, because I never know. And you know, I always tell people, especially single women, if you don't have anybody, you have to save some money. Just put it away so that you forget that it's even there. And then if an emergency happens, you can come, especially with women of color, because the banks ain't loaning us a whole bunch.
No, for me, it would be when I first started making money as a model in New York, they would give you your whole check.
Yeah.
And I would be like, ooh, I'm helping my mother, I'm helping my cousin, I'm helping, and didn't put money aside for taxes. So when taxes came at the end of the year, it was a huge chunk that I've never, I was like, oh, I spent it all. What do I do now? And so I think learning financial responsibility young is important. We need to pass it down to kids, even if it's not your kids. Talk to your cousin's kids, talk to your girlfriend's kids, because it's important to know what to do financially. And I was really in a bad way.
I was in that same shock. I wrote down the exact same thing in my notes. Absolutely, taxes. That the same way you can have an emergency fund where you put 10% away, you also need a tax account where you're putting 20 or 30% if you live in LA of every single money you get. You don't get to keep all of that. No, the government is gonna take 20 or 30% of it. So you need to put it away so that when tax season comes, you have those funds ready and available and prepared, and you're not shocked and having a conniption like I was.
And also for college students, be wary of those credit cards. The minute you get in college, they start sending you credit cards. And I got into that credit trap. And so what happens is, because they know you in school, and then you start losing it because you may not be able to pay it off and everything. Try to minimize your credit cards. Try not to, maybe have one for an emergency, maybe to help you with your books, but don't just because I know it seems tempting, but that was one of the biggest mistakes I made when I was in college.
All right, at Pam_Mate had this to say. Hair salon dramas. Why do hairstylists act shady with clients if they decide to switch over to another stylist to do their hair in the same salon? Ladies, Pam needs answers on this.
I think that when you start with one stylist and then you turn around and you change, that's like changing boyfriends or changing girlfriends, and it hurts people's feelings and stuff. So
you have to. It's not that deep though. Sometimes it's
yes, it is, because that's more.
It is deep for them. It makes them question their own work, the quality of their work.
Listen what she said.
It's offensive. It's their work. Doing hair is their art form. That's literally like you saying, I don't like your art anymore, and I'm choosing to go to someone else. It can be hurtful.
I know,
unless you go, hey, you weren't available, and I really needed to get it done that day.
That's different.
So you could go the covert way, which I've told friends to do, which is find the day that the hairstylist is not working and then book the other one.
That's shady.
But that's not what I'm advising. I'm advising, tell them hey, I'm in the mood to try different stylists. So do you mind if I try Michael?
Oh, no.
Yes.
She's right. That's the right way to be upfront, but it's still gonna hurt their feelings.
And that's not my problem.
This topic comes from Ashley Duncan, who watches The Real on WFLD Fox 32 in Chicago. Now,
Chi-town.
Ashley says a lot of men don't realize that cyber cheating is actually cheating.
Really?
Well, Ashley, you may be right. According to a verywellmind.com, cyber affairs are secret extramarital relationships that include intimate and sexual undertones. Ladies, Ashley wants to know, how can you communicate to your partner that having a cyber relationship is a form of cheating?
I'd like to jump in on this and simply say, if you were doing it, would it be acceptable? So let's start there. I would like to be on cyber, whatever, like those cameras, you know, now they have webcams.
Yeah.
And I would like to get naked, undress, and show that other person my private parts while they show me their That's not cheating?
Right.
Would he be okay? There are very few men that are gonna be like, yeah, you could send naked pictures of yourself to other men and it's fine. And where are these people?
And also, for anybody who thinks cyber cheating is not cheating, would you do that in front of your other? Would you do it in front of your partner? Would you, like, why don't you just put the camera here? Let's just all partake in this.
Yes.
So as soon as you're hiding it, a friendship, a text message, a phone call,
you know it's wrong.
A cyber situation, you know it's wrong.
Yes.
You know.
And sometimes those relationships, emotionally, you're more attached than the person that you're sitting next to at home.
Yeah.
So it can be addictive, it is wrong, it is cheating.
Well, I think maybe because a lot of men feel like it's not physical. So they feel like they're not gonna see the person, they don't see them in person, and that's the reason why they think that is...
What about the private parts being exposed?
To them, it's just like porn, like watching porn.
This topic comes from Ayala Gabriel from Baytown, Texas, who watches us on KTXH, Channel 20. Ayala says, my husband and I were having a debate. He said, this is a double standard that no one talks about. If my girl goes out to a bar and a guy buys her a drink, I'm supposed to be okay with it and praise her because she still got it. But if I go out and buy a girl a drink, I'm cheating. Ladies, do you think it's okay to accept drinks from another man when you're in a relationship? And would your man be okay with you buying a drink for another man?
Ayala, I want to ask your husband, in what situation does he think it's ever okay for a woman to accept a drink from a man if you're with somebody? I would never. If they even gave it, I would at least let them know, like, I'm taken, but thank you so much, and I probably wouldn't drink the drink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't need a big old, like, come on over and talk to me about, oh, you're taken, are you sure? Yes, I'm married. No, I thought maybe we could talk. Like, I don't want all that.
It might give the wrong impression.
Thank you, I'm taken, but thank you. You know, just something to keep it at bay. But no woman generally should accept the drink. And then if a man buys a woman a drink, there's only one reason why he buys her a drink. So that's just off limits, period.
Yeah, I think this is kind of backwards. Like, one person is receiving, and in this situation, they're saying like the other person is pursuing the situation.
But I think it's still wrong.
If a woman sent your man a drink and he accepted, would that be wrong? That's how Jeannie might feel. Imagine, she's choosing violence today, y'all.
She chose violence.
Jeannie Mai and her baby in her body are choosing violence.
The bitch would be down.
Baby Jenkins. He said, if my girl goes out and a guy buys her a drink, I'm supposed to be okay with it because I'm supposed to think, oh, she got it. Then he, this is where I got messed up. He said, if I go out and buy a woman a drink.
That's not the same.
What the hell you going out buying another bitch a drink?
That's what I'm trying to say. That's not the same.
But are you saying
that's
both?
Not the same.
That's different.
I was at a dinner with a group of single girlfriends. I'm the only married one in my group of girlfriends. And somebody wanted to pay for the whole dinner, a man. I'm the only married one.
You know who does that all the time?
Was I supposed to be like, absolutely not, I will not accept it.
That's extreme.
Shaq does that all the time. Like, if Shaq is in a restaurant, he see me, he buying everybody. I'll be like so happy. I'll be like, is Shaq here? Make sure he know I'm here.
How does James feel about that? But let me tell you, when I went home and I told Israel felt some type of way, only because I think it looked like I was part of the singledom. But he didn't get mad. He was like, oh, word, that's what we doing? We're you know how is that?
Yeah,
he was
like,
oh, okay.
He being
good to know, okay.
Yeah,
But can you imagine if you actually rejected it? All your ladies would be like, bitch, what you doing?
Exactly.
What you doing? Be like, this was expensive.